people look at Trump right now and they say, man, this guy's a maniac. He has warships off the coast of Venezuela. What's been going on? But in reality, this has been a buildup of sanctions against Venezuela and policies from the U.S. government for the last 10 years, starting with Trump 1 in his first administration and then, Biden's administration. During Trump's first term, his administration really ramped up the pressure on Maduro's regime in Venezuela. Some of the key moves included like slapping broad economic sanctions on the government and state oil company PDVSA to cut off funding, recognizing Juan Guaido as a legitimate interim president back in 2019, indicting Maduro plus a bunch of his top guys on drug trafficking charges. This was done by a grand jury in the Southern District of New York. This wasn't like Trump, going off on a tirade. This was a grand jury in New York. They pushed hard for humanitarian aid to get past the border. Tough stuff, right? Aimed at forcing change. Biden's team, right, kept the pressure on, but with more carrots than sticks, mostly sticking to targeted sanctions on Maduro's corrupted officials and military brass for human rights. Now, they did try to ease some of these oil sanctions in 2022 in exchange for reform. For example, they wanted to let Chevron pump and export oil, hoping it would boost the economy and maybe push for fair elections. In 2023, they inked a deal with Maduro for prisoner swaps and migration controls, extended TPS status for Venezuelan migrants a couple times. Overall, it was, pragmatic diplomacy, right, over a more authoritarian full court press. But all this to say, even with Biden's policies, it didn't budge Maduro much. The sanctions relief, the election deals for fair 2024 elections didn't work. He rigged them anyway. He claimed victory despite the opposition's clear win. Just got sworn in another term in January. He's still hanging on.